we are here with award-winning filmmaker Nimisha Mukerji, also a mother, and we're just going to talk today about being a mom in film, or a mother to be in film, and what that has looked like for you, and what that means to you, and what it has meant to you, maintaining a balance between being a filmmaker and everything that goes with that, and then being a mother and everything that goes with that. Where's that balance?
Yeah, I think, it's an interesting time to be directing, and I think I feel for parents in general out there in this industry, because it's a constant battle of how do you, work-life balance is always tricky.
Mm-hmm.
I think that where I've been really lucky is that I have the support. I have family. I have an amazing husband who works in the industry, Mark Ratzlaff. He's a director as well, and so he gets it. So I'm very lucky that I have that support, and I have really good friends who have also been going through it at the same time as me, like director Aubrey Arneson. And so I've been able to share, my experience with her and with other moms in this who are working directors. But I think that it is hard. It is hard. With the hours that the commitment that you make to a project, you want to give it all of yourself. And I think what I've learned, I had a friend tell me when I was expecting my son, she's like, "This is going to make you a better filmmaker." And I just went, "Really? I don't know, but I hope so." But like, you're trying to oh, well, what am I going to do? How am I going to be there for my child, but then also be there for my projects, and it's so funny because as soon as I had my son, it all just worked out, because to me, it was about multitasking, it was about focus. When I'm working, I am giving it my all, and then when I'm home, I'm home. I put the cell phone away, and I make sure that I'm there. And I think that hearing that word of advice that, hey, this is going to actually make you a better filmmaker, actually made me see it as part of my identity that is a strength. And I think that that's something I've had to sort of, as a female, as a South Asian filmmaker, and as a mom, all of these things are part of my story. And I think that embracing that is an important part of who I am, and the way that I now approach stories has definitely changed. It's immediate empathy, being a mom. I always look now for a way of what is that person's experience, and how, I was already doing that, but everything feels more heightened. So I think of it as a superpower. I think it's, I think for all the moms out there, if we're working right now, I think it's an asset. But it was definitely a journey to get there, because early on, I felt real concern that, I was now going to be defined by this, and was the perception going to be that you're not going to be available, or you're not going to be able to do the job, and you're already fighting that, those kinds of stereotypes that are still existing. And so I didn't want the conversation to be about me being a mom. I wanted the conversation to be about me being a director. And so once I was comfortable with that, once I was secure that that's how I'm able to, I'm able to assert myself as the director that I want to be, it became a lot easier to then suddenly be able to be more free to talk about these other personal things that are actually really important. And then I also made a short documentary about the naming of my son, and it's actually his premiere, and it's him coming into the world, and it was released 1 week after I had him. We were in the edit room editing the film, and it was live 2 weeks later. And so that to me was the most challenging film I've ever made in my life. And the fact that I was able to do that, I was like, everything else after this is easy. I had a baby 5 days ago, and now I'm in an edit room, and we're delivering a project, and it's being seen and shown online, it's out there. It's now I look at it as part of my story, and it's something I'm very proud of. I'm very proud to be a mom to my son Cam.
It's incredible, and I'm sure it's not without challenge. It's not all. Well, it might be for you always great, but there are times when we know from being in film where things are non-negotiable. A schedule, a sudden meeting is very non-negotiable. We also know that those stakes are just as high for being a mother and needing to feed, or just there's so much. High stakes, both arguably important to whoever's part of that world. How did you find where to draw the line? What's considered compromise? Because I can imagine there would be times where you know that if you go towards this, something gives on that end, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Where do you find the strength to know where to draw a line and trust that it will be okay?
I think it's, making a choice to not feel that I'm alone in this. If I felt alone in this, then absolutely everything becomes a choice, and like with real serious repercussions, right? And I think you would always feel like you're failing in that way. I'm not giving 100% here or 100% there. But because I chose to trust the people around me and see what they could bring into our lives, and see the benefits of that, from my parents to Mark's parents to, it's, to me, and also because I have a son, and this was another girlfriend of mine said this to me. She said, it's really important that he sees that you are living your dream. You're out there being passionate and contributing, and he's going to learn from that. He's going to see that his mom is, making this important work. And I want to be a role model in that way for him. And I think the best way for me to do that is to live a happy life, live a productive life. And I never want him to feel like he's not coming first, but I also think that it's important for him to see that, I don't consider him like it's sacrificing, it's like, I'm not sacrificing for you. I'm actually living my dream, and I'm making it work. I'm finding creative solutions here so that I can try to do as much as I can on both sides. And I think women often feel like you have to make a choice, and I don't really believe in that. I think that you just have to, for me, it's about really feeling like I'm part of a team of people, and I'm his mom, but there is like a family of people, and that's not just literally my family, those are like friends. There's like people who are in our lives that are supporting me and him.
Well, when you're crewing up, the right crew and
Exactly.
the right team around you becomes a family, and you can establish how you're going to work together, hopefully.
Totally, and I think you're 100% right. Like, my work as a director has helped make me a stronger parent.
And probably vice versa. So you do hear this from a lot of women. Women talk amongst ourselves, and I hear it a lot about feeling alone, or mothers feeling like having to solve that cluster and untangle whatever situation they're in. They sort of take it on themselves, and you're showing the exact opposite, where being open and delegating and asking what can you bring to the table here frees up so much. What advice would you give to women who are filmmakers and mothers, but in general, if anyone's watching this, how to overcome that habit and putting that on ourselves to do it all?
It's not that different to me than a film, in the sense that you, as the director, yes, you have this enormous responsibility, but part of directing is being able to collaborate and work with other people. And I can't think of everything. That's not my job. My job is not to think of everything. My job is to be open to a better idea, and then use that better idea because it makes the project better. So why would I don't have all the answers on how to be. I've never been a parent before. This is my first time being a parent, and I think that it's about being open to all this wonderful love and support coming in, and I think that that's helped me enormously not feel alone in this. And
Here we go again.
So that's the advice I would give, is to just say you're not alone. There are a number of people around you. If you let them in, they will be there to help you. And if not, just give me a shout.
We'll include your details in there. Nimisha, this is so valuable, and thank you for opening up about this journey, because it's not something everyone necessarily wants to just put out there, but I'm sure there are people and women and men and dads and soon to be watching who who can gain a lot from this. Thank you for being so open, as always.
Thanks for your thoughtful questions.